was telling us about the spell
Rachel's
weaving.
complaining about spell weaving for the umpteenth time.
As she should. That's why we're doing it on air, so it gets attention.
I have to be honest with you. I am always excited for a new pet, and I'm on one hand, I love.
I don't think they're new designs though.
They aren't. Oh, that's so lame.
Definitely.
I didn't look too closely, but the one I get for weaving into myth is just it's a normal ghoul, like the 2-pip death spell. It looks like that thing, and it might be slightly.
Yeah, that is dumb.
It's not. Yeah.
Damn. I'll whatever. I would accept a new pet. I like getting new pets. I think they're
I'm
fun,
at the weapons tent. If you guys want to
come
port
on,
to me.
man. Like I deserve a cool new myth
also
pet.
at the weapons tent.
I have a new bebed that I am training up. A new version of Lovely Jasmine that hopefully won't have the ice assist. Hopefully I'll have a healing spell there. So.
Yeah. Alright.
We need the Rochelle.
I'm
One sec. I'm double checking.
making inadvisable choices related to my objectively, I don't need a second pet or another good pet. My current pet is pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to add anything more. But there are so many interesting other pets I could have.
Is this true?
Like look at this one.
Or talent on it.
Her name is Sheriff Peanut.
Oh yeah.
And she's so creepy. I love her.
Oh baby, I should show her off the stream.
Look at my creepy girl, guys. She's got a human face and some kind
Don't
of
go on yet. I need to
flawed
continue
feet
to edit
I
my spell
adore
deck.
her. Anyway,
Oh.
I know.
That is cool.
I know. So she actually gives me
Because
some
I'm
really
really
nice
happy.
stuff. She gives me how does
Oh
this
my
work?
goodness.
She's got
Oh yeah, I can have the other pet that I have that has a bunch of.
I think that's someone in the garage.
Oh.
she'll give me Spirit Blade and Spirit Trap, which are both super nice, and then
Okay.
I haven't trained her up far enough to get any others. Anyway, I think she's neat.
Emma,
Yeah,
Emma,
yeah.
Emma, you need to see this.
Oh, I have seen this pet. How did you get it? Can I have one?
There
Where
is 0 energy fishing, so I got it from a chest in
Oh,
the Acropolis house, trying to get the mount.
that's cute.
Oh my gosh. That is my favorite pet in the game. I've never had one.
We all need to breed with Rachel until we get one. Rachel,
Yeah.
I want you to know you've done
Need a
all a
pet.
huge service. I love that pet. Which one is Ajax? Is my only question. No, because Ajax is dead. Tooser's there.
Don't you love the little soldiers that like run in and out?
Yeah, I love Tooser. I'm sorry, he's my favorite Trojan War. Hero is a strong word for anyone involved in the Trojan War, but
That's
Oh, I didn't see the little guys.
Oh, there are
that's
little guys.
adorable.
Yes.
That's cute.
they all
That's
come
what
out.
makes it cool.
Oh, they come out and
There
set
they
fire
go.
to the city of Troy. Oh, so beautiful.
Lovely. My spell deck is prepped, so I'm good to go in.
Where is Odysseus?
Okay.
That dirty lying bastard.
Get on the sigil,
I'm
friends.
sorry. I love Odysseus in the same way someone loves a cat that brings back dead cockroaches.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe it. He might be mangy and have one eye and have a torn ear too. That's his
God,
energy.
is this what your warrior cat's OC?
No, this is Odysseus as a cat.
This is Odysseus's warrior cat's OC.
This is Odysseus's warrior cat OC. Also very pleased that he is pretty much canonically Athena's Blorbo.
Vibes.
He's nifty. I like him. I'm going to have him do horrible things now.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that's my Odysseus rant. Thank you all for listening.
Oh, you have a frog, Rachel. Oh no, wait, it's the Mike Wazowski from last time.
The
Yes.
horrible creature.
The horrible gremlin, yes, but they do have useful spells, so.
Vibe. Oh shoot. Oh, okay. I gave him just 35%, so we're good.
I want you to know that one of the people I follow on Tumblr has the tag horrible thing with legs.
Vibe.
In which you just send her horrible things with legs. Or horrible things that are legs, or like, you know, like there's a variety of options here.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I feel like this character probably belongs under that tag.
Vibe. I just got an aggressive group chat message being, why do we store our ice packs in the pantry? Valid question.
What?
Huh. Speaking of Tumblr,
yes.
The other night I finally went on Wizard 101 side of Tumblr.
Yes, you sent me a bunch of stuff.
And I spammed Emma a bunch of stuff because I was just like,
thank you.
You need to see this. My favorite one was I forget what they're actually, I follow them now, so I'll go find them eventually, but someone whose Tumblr is about just, you know, finding screenshots of random shit people have said in the comments. My favorite gem is, you're not powerful enough to defeat my cringe.
Yeah.
Is there like fan fiction and fan art of the Wizard 101 NPCs?
I don't know if there is, but there fucking should be.
So?
That's...
I think so. There's also a fair amount of like just fan art of people's personal wizards.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's also
I was gonna say, somebody did have a really banging Sylvia Drake cosplay that Rachel sent me.
Oh, that tracks, yeah.
They're transforming Bumbler drones into Goliath.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna be able to pull off Sylvia Drake. I could maybe do Malistaire.
You know who you should cosplay as?
Who?
Gamma.
Fascinated by how this would work.
Get an owl person.
Is it still a fursuit if it has feathers?
Feather suit? What are bird furries called?
I don't need the answer to this question, Leaf.
That's fair.
I was like, you're opening a can of worms that I'm sure if you asked, you will find plenty of answers.
I was going to say, don't say that on the internet. Anything could happen.
I have a furry friend who I could ask if I really wanted to know.
I know. That's why I'm saying don't say it on the internet. Anything could happen.
This is true. What do you think the popular Wizard 101 ships are?
I don't know, man.
Like, it had never even occurred to me that people might write, like, fan fiction that isn't crossover fan fiction for Wizard 101.
What?
Like, it never occurred to me that people would write, like, Wizard 101 fan fiction straight that isn't, like, isekaiing a different character into it.
You've got crossover brain rot.
No, I do.
Like, you...
That's almost all I read and write.
I know. So the problem that Leaf and I have with our interest in fanfiction is that I don't read crossover stuff very often. I don't like it that much. And Leaf is like, it's their favorite thing and it's all they read right now. And
yeah,
so
okay,
like,
not right now. Right now I'm slowly reading shit about Ash Ketchum, my son. But
like, periodically they'll be like, I have this thing, and I'm like, that's great. Tell me nothing. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
I find it vaguely upsetting.
Yeah.
For reasons I can't articulate. Like, it can be really good. I just feel like so often I see stuff where it's just, it feels thematically lazy. And I get that it's like whatever. This is somebody's, like, it makes them happy to write, like, it's their Blorbos sort of thing. And, like, I'm not gonna, like, on an objective level, I don't have a problem with it, just so we're clear. I just...
You don't like it?
I don't find it interesting.
That's fair. See, it's how I obtain new Blorbos.
Yeah. I don't mind crossovers. It does depend on the first of all, it depends on the worlds that are being combined, and it depends on the writer.
Yeah.
Because there are some stories that are actively worse for having smooshed the two worlds together.
That's fair.
Like, I definitely have a soft spot. The same soft spot I have for Miraculous Ladybug, I have that same soft spot for Miraculous Ladybug crossovers.
Right.
But the most popular of those are other superhero worlds, which raises the question of why did the entire world either A, not notice Paris being constantly destroyed, or B, the two teenagers running around trying to save the world?
Yeah.
And in the miraculous universe, there are other superheroes that have not stepped in or even poked their head in and been like, "Do you want
that
to help?"
is canonically true, though.
Yeah. So it's but when you combine it with the DC universe, which has a global superhero network, it really kind of falls apart. You're like, someone is coming out of here looking really bad, and unfortunately, it's a lot of characters.
Well, and the other thing is canonically that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No offense to many of my favorite superheroes, but they're busybody assholes. You seriously expect me to believe Batman is staying out of other people's business?
No.
Nonsense.
No.
This man can barely contain himself.
But the thing that I find really hard, though, is there are some fandoms, like Miraculous Ladybug or like Danny Phantom, where almost all of the good fics are crossovers.
Yeah.
The only reason I started reading Batman shit is because that's all I could find for Danny Phantom fics was crossovers.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, there can be some good stuff out there. I read a really good one that was a DC Marvel crossover, where basically the only thing that was different was Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne went to high school together.
Vibe.
And so Tony Stark looks at this crazy guy in a bat suit running around Gotham, and he's like, "Well, gee, I wonder who that could be, Bruce."
Oh, Rachel, did you ever see that one, the Avengers A Miraculous Ladybug crossover that I sent you?
Not that I remember.
Vibe. That was one of the best Miraculous Ladybug fan fictions I've read, period. Because it was all about the Avengers not being able to do shit and them accepting that they can't do shit to fix this problem that's being run by teenage kids. So.
Huh. Okay.
It was good. It didn't end with them Deus Ex Machina killing Hawkmoth, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This mushroom flap is not symmetrical, and I don't like it.
What are you working on?
I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count.
I mean, a mushroom, yes, but is it crochet? Is it cross stitch?
It's a crochet mushroom. And you know the little flap at the end of the stalk?
Yeah.
Yes.
I did that, and for some reason it's lopsided.
Oof.
Oh.
So now I'm going to unravel. To be fair, it's not that far back. I don't have to undo that much.
That's good.
Yeah. I feel like there are
Emma
ways
just
to
got
do
her
a
knitting.
crochet mushroom that would be... Well, Rachel's inspired me. And I need to finish this thing. When we're in a combat, I can just do a couple stitches.
No, that's fair. I have been working on my
I'm sorry,
dad's...
this guy's name is Grim fucking Mimo.
I love it.
That's a great name.
That's a great name. I finally just need to assemble my dad's gift and it'll be done.
Yes.
And I need to stuff the head.
We are almost there.
With the little creature.
The little thing. Alright.
And I'll need to get a non-Christmas themed gift bag to put it in.
Man, you have such high standards.
That's always a trouble.
Non-Christmas themed. What? Why is there a gorilla?
Because they wanted to reuse assets.
That's for Nemo. Oh
Guess I'm in
no!
first.
Charles,
Sorry,
why are
Charles.
you first in the fight?
Fuck!
It was a mistake.
Sus.
One of many.
But
First one being having children, the second one being of course I'll play Wizard 101 with you, sweetheart.
Exactly.
doesn't having children count as 2 mistakes because there's 2 of you?
I don't know. Currently, it's
Is
just
it
the
too
first
mistaken?
child that seems to be causing problems on this front. You'd have to ask my father.
Thank you, lovely Jasmine.
No problems. Emma never causes me the slightest problem.
Oh, we need to get the
Perfect in every
fucking
way.
cake
Have you
dish
suffered some
from
sort
you
of
guys.
recent head trauma, Dad? Like, be honest with me. Sorry. So you were saying?
Oh, we need to get the freaking cake container from your parents.
Oh, yeah. I am going...
Did you guys
no,
like the cake?
Yes.
That's good.
Dad did not get any, but Katie and Mom both liked it.
Well, I'm glad they liked it.
The container is all washed and has been sitting on the dining room table for...
I should have taken it on Friday, but I get home and Leaf's like, did you get the container? And I'm like, you couldn't have texted me this before I left?
No, I was dying on the couch and eating pizza, Emma. And playing Pokemon Shield.
I mean, that's valid, but then you don't get to be grumpy when I didn't bring it.
I wasn't grumpy, I was just asking.
There is a cat on my computer.
Yep.
He's trying to log me out of the game. Give me a second.
Such a menace.
We tried a new gluten-free pizza dough last night, and it actually tastes really good.
Nice.
That's good.
That's fun. Because for the past little while, it's just been this frozen cauliflower pizza from Trader Joe's, which like isn't bad, but it's so unfilling that you kind of need the entire pizza to feel like you ate anything.
I feel that way with all frozen pizza, TBH.
Yeah.
I really don't.
And we're splitting it between 3 people, so it was just like, at some point I was just like, look, if you want pizza, you can have pizza. I'm just going to make myself something to eat.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can eat the frozen nothing. I am going to make myself real food, Mom.
Yeah, exactly. That is, exactly what happened. But no, this was actually, it was a ball of dough, so it did come with a little bit more extra steps. But it was really good.
Yeah, I mean,
that's good.
If it works, it's worth it.
Yeah. Yes, and it was worth it. I just need to make sure to roll it a bit thinner next time.
Yeah, cool. What did we do? I attempted to get Emma to try a new food tonight, and I did not succeed.
Well, they made... Fuck you.
I don't actually care.
I was going to say, I would like to point out that Leaf was like, I desperately want baked beans. I'm going to make myself baked beans. If you would like to consume some, I will deign to allow it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure, if you make some, I'll try them. But then when I sat down for dinner, I was like, I really don't have the energy to try a new food right now. Like, I know that sounds weird, but like...
No, it's valid.
Whatever. It's extra mental bandwidth. I'm like... I'm sure I have eaten baked beans before, but it's been a hot minute. And I'm just like, I don't... They could be great. They could be the best thing in the world. They're probably good. I just... It's mental effort right now, and I can't do it. And it wasn't like they were, like, a necessary part of the dinner. Also,
No,
Dad, I win good grandchild awards as well, because I did go out and I texted Suki, and we're having dinner on Wednesday.
Oh, very nice.
I know. I'm doing my job as a grandchild and as a daughter. What more could one ask?
True.
Well, I also need to do my job as a partner and pack some fucking boxes, but look.
Or put together the vacuum.
Or put together the vacuum cleaner. If I could do one of those two things, I will be...
You will gain my eternal love.
I will gain your eternal love. What, the cupcakes on Friday didn't... You bring your partner cupcakes and they last exactly 2 days.
My father is sending me repeated texts, and he's like, I think you know why I got a new car. And I'm like, no, I don't. You just told me that you got a new car. And I was like, why did you do that, my guy?
Isn't this his third new car in,
my
like,
dad
the
gave me a
time that
heart
I've known
attack
you?
last-
No. The new car that he got, like, 2 years ago. A year ago.
Oh, this is the same new car.
It is the same new car. It's like, no, I don't know why you got this new car. You just told me that you got it.
Oh, Val.
He is just spam texting me because he does not know how to take the hint that I'm doing shit right now.
Have you tried saying I'm doing shit right now?
I told him I'm streaming right now, which it's me telling him I'm doing shit.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, I'll say this for my parents. I think honestly they would prefer not to text, so I don't get.
My dad doesn't like it, but he also wants to be the center of every conversation, so it's a good way for him to do that.
Fair enough.
It's not a conversation I'm not reading or responding to your message. Love him, but sometimes it can be a bit much.
That's probably true of all parents.
This is true.
You are never too much beloved father.
Thank you, Emma. As long as we're trading compliments tonight, I appreciate receiving.
Where is the silent market?
It's right next to the Bastion.
Yeah, you port to the Commons, and then you go to the silent market. I don't know if it's going to be on that.
That's fair. I just didn't know if it was.
I love Kalak.
Yee.
Flicklack? I don't know.
Well, I will say, spam texts are better than the accidental heart attack my dad gave me last night.
Oh.
When he sent a picture of a bat that his dog found in the house to the family group chat and was like, oh, the dog found this and it was still alive, so I helped it, get back outside. And I'm like, the only thing I know about bats is that they are carriers of, they're like one of the most, the highest carriers of rabies. And so I like called him and I was like, I need you to, confirm that there is no chance that you or your dog have caught rabies. And he was like, I cannot confirm that. And I was like, sir, I don't know enough about rabies. I know just enough to be scared, but not enough to have like details off the top of my head on what he should do and
go to the hospital.
How to tell.
You go to the hospital.
The end result was that he had not come into contact with bat in any way that would have passed rabies.
And the dog should be vaccinated.
And the dog was vaccinated. So it was, thankfully it all turned out fine, but boy was I like, holy fuck.
Yeah, no, that's scary as shit. If for all of our listeners out there, if you want to know what to do if you think you might have been exposed to rabies,
go to the hospital.
Go to the hospital, because by the time you start exhibiting symptoms, it's too late for you to get the vaccine.
Yep.
So don't wait. Go.
Is there a reason we don't just vaccinate people against rabies?
Well, they're
I think expense. I don't know if it has anything to do with effectiveness. There's a chance it may be linked to like it needs to be in your system to be effective.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's one thing.
That's because I have to use
the other thing that
every year. Yeah.
It is notoriously painful because you need like a shot in like each of your limbs, basically.
Yeah, they're big needles.
You need, like,
too.
No, I'm aware. My dad had to get rabies shots once.
Yeah, so like.
Yeah,
I can see why maybe you wouldn't give that, especially if it had to be like a yearly thing.
Yeah.
Something. Like.
So the reassurance is that first of all, most animals, if they have rabies, you can tell.
Yeah.
I think bats are one of the exceptions
Yeah,
where it's a little harder to tell.
That's why they're harder
for the most part.
But I will say that if an animal is around humans and behaving oddly, which, like, by being around humans and not being afraid enough to run away, that...
Alternatively, if you're getting horror movie vibes, it's probably rabies.
That's true,
There's
too.
a reason, like,
That's true, too.
The good news is that it is passed through either, like, mucous membranes or if the animal draws blood in some way, like bites or scratches you.
Yep.
So it does have to be, like...
physical contact.
Like, if it's a dog sniffing at it, the nose membrane is a concern, which is why dogs get rabies vaccines. But, like, for humans, it is much more difficult. It does really have to be, like, an open wound.
Unless you're going to go sniffing rabid animals.
Don't sniff strange animals, is basically the upshot of this.
Down advice here on Strain.
Or eat them.
And if you're not sure, seek medical attention. It's better to get the shots and not need them than not get them and need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, again, once you start exhibiting signs, it's too late to do anything. And you do not want to die of rabies.
No.
It sounds exceptionally painful. Yeah.
Changing topic, there is a kitty sitting very cutely.
Yes, we do have adorable pets, and fortunately, they're fully vaccinated. Yay, babies.
Yay, babies. But yeah.
Although...
I think Hazel knows the thing, TBH.
You think?
Yeah, because she's seen people pack up the boxes to leave before.
Oh, true.
It's just not usually this gradual, so.
Right.
We're moving, by the way, so.
We have new apartment. We are moving. Yay! I think everyone in this chat knows that.
Yeah.
Although my dad has not seen the new apartment and is very
Nobody
close.
besides us has seen the new apartment.
I was going to say, but he's very close to being
I
beaten
have
out
not
by his
seen
mother
the new apartment.
for being the first relative to see the new apartment.
Fair.
Mhm.
I can send you guys a photo of the kitchen.
There we go. I would accept kitchen photos.
Yeah.
Leaf thinks that the kitchen is the best thing to ever happen.
Yes. I will send it to... We have a wizard chat, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.
I will say that one of the things that I sort of had forgotten about our current apartment
Yeah.
is that it is a corner unit.
Yeah.
So we have more windows.
Which is nice.
I like. But I had sort of forgotten that, to be clear, our new apartment is not like claustrophobic or has small windows or anything.
There's just not as much natural light.
There's just not as much natural light. And it's like, huh. Like, yeah, I guess that is something that we've been really lucky about with our current unit.
Mm-hmm.
But God, I'm looking forward to the bigger kitchen.
Yay.
That is an ungodly huge kitchen. What the fuck?
To be fair, that's also kind of the angle of the photo that I sent.
Oh yeah, that's like so Leaf is standing in like the back corner.
Yeah. Where we're gonna be putting our movable island.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the kitchen is fantastic.
It's lovely. And it has a garbage disposal, which we didn't know about going in.
Garbage disposal, dishwasher, it's really exciting.
It's very exciting. Whose kitchen is this that we're getting photos of?
That's the kitchen that we're moving into.
Oof. Yeah, one of my requirements for our new apartment was a better kitchen.
That's me. For context, the first picture is me standing like right where that counter ends.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Tiny.
I'm really friggin' jealous.
Yeah. No, that was
of
like
all the room you.
that was my big ask for the new apartment, is that we had a bigger kitchen.
Yeah, I think both Leaf and I wanted a kitchen upgrade. I mean, I don't care so much about like a lot of the counter space or anything. Although I do feel how cramped we are in our current kitchen.
Yeah.
But the dishwasher was a really big one for me. And the garbage disposal is a win too.
Yeah. Oh, we can tell them about the
I
cat.
will say, like, sorry.
No, so the corner cabinet on the bottom is like the cabinet on the right goes all the way back to the far wall on the left. So it's like 5 feet deep. And there is a singular piece of Tupperware in there that we cannot reach to get out.
I was going to say, I informed my parents of this on Friday, and I was like, one of you is going to need to lie down on your stomach and reach back there for us, because you're tall. And my parents were like, I think you have vastly overestimated how young and spry we are.
Think we could have the cats crawl in there and get it?
We just put them on a leash and say, maybe like,
Fetch.
Yeah, maybe just like see if we can toss some kibble pieces in there.
You do not have your mount
Counterpoint.
here.
If the cat decides to
Oh,
sit
fuck,
down
I don't have
and
my
go
mount
back
equipped.
there,
Why the heck don't I have my
blocks,
mount equipped?
he's never getting the cat back.
That's bizarre. Okay, I hadn't even noticed that.
What's up, Rachel?
I'm sorry.
I said, counterpoint, if that cat decides that they like the nice cozy box and they want to stay there, you cannot reach the cat.
We put a leash on them.
Yeah, or we use a wet treat.
Or we use a wet treat. I was gonna say they're easily bribed.
Yeah.
Tiny gluttons.
I will say, the nice thing about the new place is that, you know, first of all, we're the current kitchen sucks because we're sharing it with 3 people. So it'll only be 2 people in the new space.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that the location is really, really nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not that I'm going to be cooking any less, just that, like, there's a lot of other pros that outweigh the cons of that tiny, tiny kitchen.
No, my parents kind of made the same trade-off when they bought their house, where I think my mom is still slightly mourning the loss of the previous kitchen.
Vibe.
Yeah. To be fair, the other thing is that I am very much the queen of the kitchen type person.
Vibe.
When I'm, it'll be like, you can chop this vegetable for me, peasant. Or if it's something particularly like time or heat sensitive, it'll be like, stir this, watch this. But it's very much like, do what I say. And then as soon as you're done, get out of my kitchen.
Vibe.
So it's not like there's going to be people in there very often.
I don't know what this is like at all. Yeah. I have never been the subject of a kitchen tyrant.
To be fair, Emma usually isn't home when I'm cooking dinner.
Yes, that is very true.
So, yeah. Usually I have it on the table when she gets home.
Yes, that is very nice.
Yeah.
You are much tempted.
Aw, thank you, dear. But if we have a bigger kitchen, I can make us Cornish pasties.
That's true. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to. I mean, for starters, the 15-minute drive, Lee.
Yeah, I can walk to work.
Oh, the location.
It's great.
I mean, to be clear, absolutely nothing is walkable and there's no public transportation, but we both have cars, so it's not a huge issue.
And I can walk to work. It is technically walkable for me.
And if you need a grocery...
Okay, if I need a grocery, then it's not walkable.
Or perhaps a medical care.
No, there's not hospital.
Actually, you're right. We are within walking distance of a medical facility.
Yes.
If we showed up with like one of us missing a limb, they would probably be willing to save us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or call an ambulance for you.
Or
I would be concerned if we walked there and one of us was missing a limb, though.
I don't know, man.
Like, it's still like a 10 to 15 minute walk.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. Stuff happens.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Walking with missing a limb sounds like a great way to die of blood loss.
The shock will get you long before the blood loss.
No, I know.
This has been a hell of a stream.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I want to be very clear that we're utterly unqualified to be giving medical advice.
No, we are. We're just fanfiction writers.
Yeah.
I feel like we did get good medical advice with the rabies thing.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking hospital. You know, we are not doctors. We cannot provide you actual medical advice.
I feel like consult medical professionals is in general pretty good medical advice.
Yeah.
Just a blanket statement.
Yeah.
If in doubt, consult a medical professional.
Yeah.
Assuming you can afford to under certain ineffective healthcare systems.
Yeah.
Not that I have any doubts about the American medical system. However,
Fuck the American medical system.
I have
fuck the
so
American
many doubts.
gonna say. Can only speak for somebody growing up in a family who's had a sibling who was a type 1 diabetic. But let me tell you, at the moment when our deductible became filled, so that we didn't have to pay for Katie's insulin out of pocket anymore, there was a noticeable loosening of restrictions about the number of times we could eat out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
But, like, you know.
Super glad my current insurance has no deductible.
Everyone got a lot more chipper once we had to stop paying. When we reached the time of the year when we got to stop paying for exorbitant medical care.
We still have a lot.
Oh my
of
god, my
Easter candy.
fucking mount is still on a... Give me a second, guys.
I finally broke up with my Easter bunny
There we
today. So,
Finally.
yeah.
Can I just say, I'm so pleased to have found somebody who is as weird about preserving their candy as I am. Like, I opened my Easter candy before you opened yours.
To be fair, I had been slowly munching on other things that I had bought in myself that were smaller.
I know, but I still think it's very cute.
Thank you. You're cute too, dear.
I spent many years being mocked. Mocked.
And the thing is, I won't steal your candy, unlike Katie.
Exactly. Like, you will still have candy by the time I've eaten all of mine. So we're good.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps I will even offer you some of the little chocolate bunnies that I purchased.
That is true. You might even offer me candy. That is the sign of true love, when someone offers you their candy.
This is a cool area. We haven't had a place like this yet.
Yeah, this is a new area. I will say that this is an area that
big beta kindergarten energy, or alpha kindergarten. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
From Steven Universe.
There is Steven Universe energy.
Oh, I leveled up at some point.
What level are you?
96.
So,
All right, I'm now checking, not to be competitive. 97.
Me too.
97.
To be fair, I'm not very caught up on side quests.
Yeah.
I will say that one of the problems I feel like with
Whoa,
my...
Sorry, what is this mount? You have a goat!
Where did the mountain go?
You have a goat!
It's a snow ram.
Oh! A bit
That
bad!
doesn't explain where it came from.
I have no idea where this mount came from.
Probably key bosses.
Probably. I opened my backpack recently and saw it there, and I was like, oh, that's such a nifty one. I'll equip it.
Oh, yeah, what key bosses did we do last week to let Charles know?
Oh,
Wait, I wasn't on the sigil. Why was I not on the sigil?
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
I was gonna say, you can just do the whole fight on your own, right?
We got excited about the mounts, you know.
Yeah.
Enthusiasm was had by all. Alright. Success.
We've done it.
Woohoo! I didn't even notice until you guys were gone. I was like, hold on a sec.
Wait a
Why am
minute.
I by myself?
We fought one of the lore keepers, right? Or whatever her name was.
Yeah, the
really annoying bitch.
Don't be mean to her.
She was annoying to fight. She had a fun mechanic, but she was still annoying.
Yeah.
Talking about the lore magus.
The lore
in
magus. She was fun.
Key
The
boss.
whole gimmick was you couldn't use your main school. So this was the fight that prompted me to send you taunting text messages about how I'm a better storm wizard than you.
I got you.
So I got to be a storm wizard, and it was awesome, Dad. No wonder you
It's
like
fun.
this wizard.
Well, it's particularly fun when you're with a group. When you're by yourself, it gets a little...
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a really cool idea. I really like the key boss. Part of the problem was that I misread the instructions until we were like right outside the front door.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's how that works.
Yeah.
So it would have been a lot easier of a fight if we'd had some time to prepare instead of desperately running, getting to the front door and then going, oh shit, and desperately running all the way back to Ravenwood to get spelled.
Yeah, and then realizing that we could have, once the
Where
boss
is
was
that
dead,
boss?
we could cover up her.
That's in the Athenaeum in Dragonspire.
In the big library. Yeah, but then we realized that after we killed her, we could switch to our normal school if we put an aura on ourselves.
Yeah, although I feel like that wasn't such a big deal.
No, it wasn't, but it was just really annoying for the life guy that we were fighting.
Yeah.
It was time consuming because I had drawn it in my first hand and discarded it, so I had to wait to reshuffle and then go all the way through my deck to get it back again.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
One of you guys could have cast Reshuffle on me.
I didn't have reshuffle up.
I only had one.
Oh, okay.
I don't think mine
But you
had
run out of
come up.
spells.
No, I couldn't. I had Reshuffle in my deck, but I couldn't cast it because it was a balance spell.
That is
I
unfortunate.
see.
Yeah. So I sat there for half the fight not being able to cast spells. Are you having fun with your knitting needles, Emma?
Don't know what to tell you. Knitting is a soothing activity.
No, it's great. That's
Old
why
lady
I
cat.
really like crochet.
Old ladies are onto something, man.
I will be bringing a crochet project once I finish the ball of yarn that I'm making into a scarf for one of my plushes.
Yeah.
I don't even know which one at this point.
Did I send you guys pictures of the yarn I got yesterday?
I don't think so.
You sent me pictures of the silvery
I went
stuff, but you didn't send me pictures of anything
Yeah,
else.
I went to this junk sale and I got there was a woman giving away like a box of scarves. And so I went through and found a couple that I liked. There was one like this blue silky one that was really pretty. This white infinity scarf that I didn't realize until I got home was cashmere. So gore. But the one that I'm like was the most excited about was this like it's like the center is very silvery and then the outside fluffy bits are very dark. So it has this very metallic armor kind of look. And I was able to pretty easily unwind it into a ball of yarn.
Cool.
So I don't know quite what I'm going to make, but I am very excited for what I'm going to make.
Yeah. I mean, I unironically
with the right stitch, it will genuinely kind of look like chainmail.
Cool.
With the right stitch. I'm so excited.
This is such a stupid thing, and you do not have to make this. I have a pattern from Tumblr for a the kind of chainmail hood that you can knit. You do not have to make that if that's not something that interests you, but I do have a pattern for it if you're interested. Sort of random.
I'm potentially interested. More likely, I'm going to go for something a little more decorative.
I mean, that
like
makes
gauntlets.
sense. I feel like you could do a really nice, like sort of triangular piece. Maybe that's just me. But
send me the pattern. I love to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, it'll give you a sense of what stitch to use.
Yeah.
So maybe you can cannibalize it for ideas.
As you should with all patterns.
So.
Yeah, that is what I usually do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like this bit, and this bit, and this bit, and you're wrong about that.
And you're a moron.
You know what I just realized, Demo?
What?
At one point, I found crochet patterns for all of the miraculous Ladybug Kwamias, but I didn't know how to crochet. And now I know how to crochet.
Oof. And oof again.
No, I feel like you're misunderstanding me here. It means I could make them.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was like, do you have them saved somewhere?
No, I think I literally just Googled it, and it was like one of the first results, so I don't think it'll be that hard to find.
This is, like, I cannot express to you how alarming this sentiment is. I am afraid, you guys.
Before we get to the dragonflies, however, we need to scatter the guards, defeat some digger drones.
Our house will be overflowing with Kwamis.
With little guys.
We already have more Pokemon than we know what to do with.
This is not true. They are going to be on my little shelves as little cool guys.
You do not have room on your shelves for your
No, this is why we're getting the shelves from your dad.
Oh, that's right.
In the basement.
We're stealing shelves from my father.
So I can put them above my desk.
From an aesthetic point of view,
what?
This is a pretty nice area from an aesthetic point of view, but like navigating it
sucks.
Really annoying.
But
yeah, I will say that this from an aesthetic point of view, I like it. They reuse this kind of rough blueprint a bunch of times as the worlds progress, which is fine because it's a cool area, but it means I'm maybe a little more inured to it.
That's fair.
And they also improve the maneuverability of these areas, so I'm like, it's a decent prototype.
Survive.
But that's because I suck.
I'm still obsessed with your ram.
I love my ram! Look at his floofy booty!
Indeed.
I also think that one of the things
that is really cool, Rachel.
Rachel is looking very
yarn
on their his Gilroy is
looking very
it's
the brush from King Boar.
Oh.
Me attempting to pick the correct pronoun for a female human playing a male wizard. Am I referring to the person?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, I said I was like I had this moment where I was like I was gonna say Rachel's looking really cool on her mount, but then I was like, except Rachel's wizard isn't a she. So do I use she, her, or he, him?
Yeah.
I don't fucking
Either.
know.
I
I don't think
depends
it
on the
really
name you're
matters that
using.
much, but also I just...
Because if you're saying Rachel looks cool on her mount, that works. But if you're saying Gilroy looks cool on his mount...
Right, well that's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
does it make more sense in that context to refer to the wizard?
I think the wizard, yeah.
Probably the wizard, so it's Gilroy looks cool on his mount.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really care what people call me.
The vibe.
It's not that important. It was more of a... Wait, hold on a second.
I really hate their little legs and their walking animation.
I fucking love these guys.
The thing that gets me is, like, okay, if they have only little legs, I would get that. But they have, like, little legs, bigger legs, and then differently sized arms.
You don't appreciate their muscled arms?
I am confused by their biology.
Muscles leave.
I was gonna try and come up with a bee pun, but we already did the bee area.
I was
so I'm
gonna
like, I don't really have
say.
anything.
We're in the
Like there seems to be an obvious bug joke here, but I'm just not thinking of it right now.
The issue is the like 4 slightly bigger legs, I think.
Are those? Oh yeah, I guess they are still legs.
That's what I don't like. I think if it was all little legs, it would be
And they
fine.
have 2 sets of arms, don't they?
Yeah, and those they're differently sized.
There's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Oh, we're so excited for Pathfinder next week, though.
We are.
It's a boss rush.
Yeah. Oh. We're all gonna die.
No, we're not. Kaneko will kick ass.
Kaneko is gonna kick ass.
We're all gonna kick ass, but like,
yeah, you.
Kaneko
really...
is designed for boss fights.
Yeah,
like
you did design your character for this kind of activity, so
yes.
This will be really good for Kaneko.
Yes.
You drove them off. I've never seen them run. Dragonflies naturally far.
I like this. I like Citra. She's cool.
Yeah.
You're going to have to release the lightning bugs. Once they are loose, the dragonflies will
Release the dragon fleas.
I was like, those dragonflies are great.
Yee, they are bebes.
That's what Pathfinder needs. A big dragonfly race.
Agreed, right?
I suppose you could do that if you played like a sprite. Because there are bugug sprites.
That's true.
You cut the cords, but the dragonflies just mill about, seemingly confused by their newfound freedom.
Yeah, fair. I would be confused too.
Yeah.
This looks like
Oi! Someone let dragonflies out!
The best. But yeah, I also have been going through Archives of Nethys and sending Emma magic item ideas for her Pathfinder character she's working on for Fist of the Ruby Phoenix.
Yeah, I've got to finally finalize it since our GM actually got his hands, their hands,
Go back to my sister Sabra.
On
his
the book.
hands on on the next book. So we're actually gonna do it in something resembling a timely manner,
Which is super hype.
which is super hype, and I'm so excited to do it. But also, fuck, now I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah. The character that you've been working on for 6 months.
The character I've been working on for 6 months actually has to be done.
Yeah.
What is this nonsense?
I don't know. I don't know how it takes you that long. I literally made Kaneko in like half a week.
I mean, in fairness,
While I was working on another character.
you have the Pathfinder autism.
No, I do. I do.
And I have the ADHDs.
Fair.
So if I'm hyper fixated on it, I can do it in like 20 minutes.
I would be impressed if you made a high-level Pathfinder character in 20 minutes.
I mean, yeah, I probably couldn't create a level 11 character in 20 minutes.
With no foreplanning, yeah.
Well, I did have foreplanning for this character, so like...
But I'm saying, like, if you didn't have foreplanning and you managed to make a Pathfinder 2nd edition character at a high level in 20 minutes, I would be super fucking impressed.
It can
Oh, I
happen.
suppose if you're using like an auto character builder, it would be easier.
Yeah.
Which is not how I make my characters. I copy and paste all that shit by hand.
Copy and paste all that shit by hand.
Yeah.
I don't use an auto builder.
You use a digital character builder.
Yeah, but I input all of the data myself. Like, it's not like I'm relying on the program to do any of it for me.
You click defeats.
I click defeats.
I like my Excel documents.
Yes. I mean, they do have more flexibility, which I appreciate. But I like being able to have it a little more scaffolded for me, especially since I'm still learning.
You are still Bebe.
I am still an amateur.
How about you, Rachel? How do you like making your Pathfinder characters?
Rachel has made like 2 Pathfinder characters.
She still has opinions.
I've made a lot more than that.
Exactly.
Really?
I've made a lot more than that. I haven't played any of them, but I have
yeah.
made a lot more than that. Because designing characters is fun.
Exactly.
What is it? Path Builder, I think, and I do it through there.
That's what I do.
Fair.
See, Rachel does what I do.
Vibe. If I had the guts to pay the $3 for Path Builder, I would probably use it, but
Well, I just use their free version.
It's $5 whole bucks, Leaf.
no, I know. I also just really enjoy making my own character sheet.
I mean, you're allowed to enjoy that. Like, and to be fair, it does give you a lot of freedom that the Path Builder system just does not give you if you're doing more homebrew and custom work. Like, I will say that one of the things that's a little frustrating about Path Builder, when we have Ellie as a GM,
is custom items.
is that, Ellie really likes homebrewing. And that's awesome. And I love that about our campaign. But it means that I have to, like, go in and, like, manually input stuff or leave notes for myself in the notes section to be like, hey, you have this and you have that.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit frustrating.
Vibe. I like that they use the same machine design both for siege engines and for drills.
Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. They can be both a siege engine and a drill.
This is true.
I was gonna say, isn't there an episode of The Last Airbender that kind of does that?
I don't know. We're also all here, so we can go into a fight.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've watched Alpha.
There's a giant drill episode.
I know that. I remember the giant drill now that you say giant drill.
I'm gonna say. I also think it's hilarious that they very intentionally have the giant
fire symbol, Fire Nation logo.
The giant drill episode before Toph learns metal bending.
Yeah. Because I would need to.
Because it's like, on one hand, I fully understand that it makes perfect sense. But it's also pretty funny, because if it had been like 2 episodes later, Toph would have folded it in half like a tin can. Because that character is just broken.
We love Toph.
Someone min-maxed her.
Yeah, she is. You know what she is? She's a min-max kineticist.
She is a min-max kineticist. She is power built.
She only did earth elemental stuff. Earth and metal.
Earth and metal. And she just maxed out all of her stats.
Now I have a really funny idea where it's a party of all kineticists and
Basically
then one fighter.
Where you just recreate Avatar The Last Airbender characters in Pathfinder.
Yes, where it's all kineticists and then Sokka is the token fighter.
And then there's Sokka. I will say that I think Zuko might be multi-classed.
That's true.
Because he's
a multi-class and a rogue. Yeah,
he's multi-class and a rogue on account of him being led to believe that he's a bad bender.
Yeah.
Because his dad sucks.
Well, he is like a sword fighter as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. He's probably multi-class.
Depending on his elements are classed, he also, if lightning is counted as a separate element, then he also has that.
That's true. He's got a lot going on.
There's not a lightning element. I think that's under fire, I think. I'm not sure.
Well, then it all works.
Yeah.
If there's lightning,
the other question would be how
it's under
how do you do Katara's?
Yeah.
Also, that voice sounded really much like the the guy from Star Wars with the big nose, who is the slave owner.
Watto?
Yeah, him. You know what I mean?
What voice?
I love how you came up with that name.
The voice of the enemies that we just fought.
Oh, yeah, okay. I couldn't hear because I have my volume.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, are you talking about my voice or Rachel's voice? Like, I'm about to, like, throw a hand.
No.
Speaking of Star Wars, may the fourth be with you.
Oh, yeah.
May the fourth be with
And
you.
also with you.
Emma and I discovered that we have a singular Star Wars movie in our apartment. Well,
Yeah.
technically it's in the new one.
I was
but
going to say we've moved it now, but we have
do you
one.
guys want to guess which Star Wars movie we have? We only have one.
Spellbinder, it is good to see you again. What?
No idea.
Phantom Menace?
No, we have number 7.
It is the Phantom Menace, I think.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
No, that's not. That's number...
We have number 7. We have the first one with Rey in it.
Wait, number 7?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, there are worse ones.
Yeah.
I thought you meant... I don't know why I was confusing 7 and 5.
That's
I have
valid.
dyscalculia.
They're both prime numbers.
They are both prime numbers. That's what I'm going with.
That's valid.
Anyway, I was like, oh, we have episode 5.
fair.
No, we don't
No,
have.
we have episode 7.
to be fair, one of the new ones was my guess, but then I was like, but like, wouldn't it make sense to have one from like when you were a kid that you just kind of
That
brought
kind
with
of
you?
did come out when I was like in like late middle school, early high school. So
I feel old.
also, Rachel, why are you transparent?
That is a very good question.
Can you enter a fight?
Are you a ghost?
It thinks that I'm still recovering from a fight.
there
Let
we
me
go.
see if
Yeah, you
log-
might have to.
Yeah.
She's a phantom.
I was gonna say,
I was expecting you to slap me, Emma, but she has knitting needles in her hands.
I did not smack you with the knitting needles, which I feel like is a major concession on my part.
It is, yes. I was absolutely expecting you to get. I was absolutely expecting you to get smacked for that.
I did not smack you because you didn't start singing the theme song,
Yeah.
which was the main goal.
So you need to
there.
go to where Rachel lives and smack her.
Yeah. Rachel, I need you to stay right where you are for like 3 or 4 hours while I get on the plane.
I mean, it's gonna take more than 3 or 4 hours to get there, though. Get on the plane, and it's like across the country.
I can't. I mean,
The plane flight itself is like 3 hours.
Yeah.
well, yeah, but
Getting
30
to
minutes
the
to get
plane.
to the plane.
You
3
have to
hours.
book it, and then you'll have to get a rental car.
Rachel will pick me up, right?
To specifically, Rachel doesn't have her
No.
license
You
yet.
get hit.
Oh, that's right. Rachel can't drive.
Rachel and Rachel's
Okay,
mom.
it'll be more like 5 hours. But I'm coming for you.
You'll show up around roughly midnight.
I'll show up around roughly midnight,
Or
and
I
I'm,
suppose 10 p.m. for you guys?
and I'm gonna lose my fucking job because I'm not gonna be able to show up for my morning shift.
So- no, close to midnight for me. Yeah.
But it will all be worth it.
Closer to 2 or 3 if I don't tell you where I live, or I make you take public transport.
That's a very good point.
True. Well, she said she was getting a rental car, so.
I was gonna say I can rent a car. I don't actually know if I'm old enough to rent a car. I think so.
I don't
You
know.
have to be 26.
Oh.
I was gonna say I'm 24. I might not.
Be
I don't
able
know.
to get a taxi.
You burrow lovers will suffer the sting of the Shadow Queen.
Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah.
Probably costs an arm and a leg though.
Yeah.
I'd have to figure out where you live, but I do.
Track her IP address.
You are really overestimating my technology skills.
Just pull out your fanfiction friend who's good at tech. You know, like they have in every fanfiction?
That is true. The tech friend.
Yeah.
I almost said tech bro, and then I remember that that's a different thing.
That's a
Yeah,
different
just
thing
slightly.
and less complimentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now have that song in my head, though.
I was gonna say also you are the tech friendly.
Yeah, I don't know how to track someone's IP address.
Then we're in trouble.
Why the frick am I the tech friend? I have an actual tech friend who could probably do that.
Because okay, of the people at this table, which of us do of the people on this call, who do you think is the most tech adept?
Your dad. He does IT for a living.
That is possibly true. I don't know, Dad. You know how to track somebody's IP address?
No. I'm in the
IT
IT department, but I don't think
are,
that
like,
qualifies.
different things.
I was gonna say also what my dad does is like build databases and like operate a system in order to make lawyers not have to look stuff up.
That's true.
As far as
There
I
you go.
understand it. Is that correct, Dad?
Oh, Emma, your weapon has
Yes.
disappeared.
Still here on my screen.
Oh,
I also don't want to say too much since I don't know. I know that your job
Yes.
involves a certain amount of maybe not secrecy.
NDAs.
Yeah. No, secrecy works.
He is like the spy.
Like the Perry the platypus.
Like Perry the platypus. High praise, Dad.
I was gonna say I'll take that. Perry's cool.
I did see a lovely Tumblr post that was like, if you're writing enemies to lovers or villains that are lovers, write them like Perry and Doofenshmirtz. Which I think is accurate.
Like, I hate to say it because...
The only reason I don't ship them is because one of them is a platypus, I gotta be honest.
And the other one is kind of a feral beast.
Yeah.
No offense to Doofenshmirtz, but he was raised by ocelots.
This is true.
I will say, oh my god, so, do you guys mind spoilers for Milo Murphy's Law?
No.
No.
I didn't think that you would, but I thought I would at least give you the option to turn down. In Milo Murphy's Law, it turns out that... By the way, spoilers for Milo Murphy's Law, anyone's listening. The Doofenshmirtz. So, there's this whole B-plot about time travel in Milo Murphy's Law, and they've got these two slightly incompetent time-traveling agents.
Cavendish and Dakota, my favorite. Dakota is my favorite, and they are queer platonic.
They are fantastic together. But their whole thing is that they're like the D-list time-traveling secret agents. So they're on... Their job is they're supposed to be saving the pistachio plant
From extinction.
But they suck at it. And they managed to create an entire species of, like, pistachio monsters.
That are sentient and evil.
Yeah. So that's going well for them. And of course their bosses don't believe them about the giant time-traveling pistachio monsters. But all of this is a long way of saying that there is an episode where they've lost their time travel device, and so they're like, well, the guy who invented time travel, Dr. Time, Professor Time, my apologies, does in fact live in this time period. He doesn't invent time travel for another 12 years, but it's got to be in there somewhere. We can just go to him and convince him to invent time travel early. And so they go to his address, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz has set a trap for the pizza delivery guy. And is like, oh, I thought you were the pizza delivery guy. I'm sorry. Apparently he changed his name to Dr. Time for branding purposes somewhere down the road.
Yep.
So I'm like, I fucking love that Doofenshmirtz is the one who invents time travel because I fully believe that he would. And also that he's enough of a weirdo to change his name to fucking Dr. Time for branding purposes, or Professor Time for branding purposes.
I mean, to be fair, for branding purposes, he did live in a, bright purple, weirdly shaped kind of iconic tower.
Yeah.
That I think even says Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated on the side.
It does.
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
If anyone were going to change their name to Professor Time for branding purposes, it would be him.
Yeah.
So that actually raises the question of Roger becoming mayor is even more impressive now that we know that, like, canonically, everyone was just like, oh yes, take a left at Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. Like, imagine running for mayor when the most famous thing about you is your brother's Evil Incorporated building.
Yeah. The thing that is interesting, though, is Milo Murphy's Law takes place in Danville. Roger is not the mayor anymore. Like, we don't know how long after Phineas and Ferb this takes place, but the kids don't have older models when they show up.
I mean, he may have retired to accept Nobel Peace Prizes and kiss babies.
Yeah. But, like, that's just something I find interesting.
Yeah, or just go to a different position beyond mayor.
He's become senator. Senator Doofenshmirtz.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, we need to go to the Bastion. I'm just gonna report.
Yeah, I forgot that was an option.
5.
Well, it's an escort mission, so I'm not sure if that's gonna work.
No, it did.
And the silent market.
Oh, perfect.
It did.
What do I know?
We used our spellbinder magic.
I'm picking up reagents on my way. I need more comet tails.
You're valid.
What I really need is fucking sky squidding. But there are no sky squids.
Yeah.
Damn you, lack of
What do
sky
you need
squids.
squid for?
Oh, I see Charles.
What do you need that for?
So that I can craft a myth healing spell. That's 3 pips.
Cool.
700 health for 3 pips. It's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
But it means that I actually have
Wow.
to craft the damn thing.
True.
And that's before I include any boosts or anything.
Is this an upcoming spell, or is this one of the lore spells?
This is one of the spells from Avalon. So it's older, but the reagent isn't really available until
later.
yeah,
Yeah.
until Imperia. So because
Okay.
that's where the sky squid lives.
Makes sense.
I've been
And boy,
Yeah,
do I
I've
remember the
started
sky
farming
squid.
a bunch of amber for that exact reason, so I can go.
Yeah, Dad, do you
so I
think
can
we should
easily-
tell them about the sky squid, or should we just leave this one up to their imagination?
No. Let them discover it in the fullness of time.
Sounds good.
Okay.
However bad we make it sound, I promise.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Also, can we talk about how it was like 80 degrees today?
It was so freaking hot. It's May in Minnesota. It has no business being this warm.
And we couldn't even go to the pool when it was warm because we had to do moving things.
I know. The pool was still closed at you guys. They were meanies to us.
Oh, no. Really hard for me to summon a lot of indignation since you guys have a pool and I don't, but, you know. I'm doing my best.
Also,
Perks of apartment living.
nerds. Guess
There
who's
are some
level
nice things about it.
98
You?
and gets a new spell?
Oh, fancy.
Ooh.
I'm 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of unnecessary quests recently.
You don't say.
Leaf has been watching me like play this game nonstop for weeks and is like, "There's something wrong with you." But they don't say that because they know that my response is to look pointedly at their Pokemon game, which they will be playing at all times when they're not playing this game.
No, I actually didn't play it at all today.
You did not. That's true.
Wasn't feeling it. I put a little mined craft.
You did craft the minings. It is so hot.
Yeah.
Did you guys play the did you guys like the April Fool's snapshot this year?
No, I didn't play it.
Oh man, I missed it.
I mean, you can always go back and like
What was it?
reload it. It was this like RPG version of the game where you started in this like empty room basically, and you could craft worlds, and you'd go into the world, and all the resources you collected had a certain amount of XP that could be used to unlock things, but you wouldn't earn the XP until you found the exit of the mine, which would be a beacon somewhere nearby. And you do that, and you slowly unlock more and more abilities, some of which are just normal abilities, like the rest of your inventory. But then some of them are things like spawning in with tools or a jump boost or things like that.
Interesting.
So it was cool. I have no idea like if there's an end game to it at all, but that was the premise.
I like it.
Was
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
No, I've been playing modded Minecraft, so I have like a farm mod pack with like 86 mods in it.
Yeah. This is, by the way, a mod pack Leaf has put together basically on their own.
Yeah.
They've modeled it on somebody else's, but they...
Yeah. So I don't know much about modding, but I like saw this person who had like the basic this is what you need for this mod pack, and I just added some more stuff for Farmer's Delight in, so. Sorry, do we need to fight these people again?
Storm boss.
No, we need to defeat Sekar Sickblood, who is
Okay.
a lightning boss.
Wait, should I put in a solo attack spell?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I'll wait. Give me a second. Don't do anything. Stall. Stall quickly.
No.
Meanies to me.
Yeah. Deal with it.
Well,
Okay. I'm ready.
zoop.
Okay.
We should probably do this fight and then be done for today, though.
Probably. I am going to complete
Oh, yeah.
one singular row in the
Nice.
time it's taken us to do this entire playthrough.
Yeah.
I have finished the mushroom.
Yay!
Yay!
I just need to figure out how I want to do the spots.
These rows are so long.
Fair.
I'm so done with this.
Yeah.
Like, I like it, and it's gonna be good, but... Father, your wife requires very large shawls. And it was great for, like, the first 85% of it. And now the rows have gotten very long. And I know that she will not be content until she will be wrapped so snugly in multiple layers of this.
I mean, vibe.
So I am left...
Does like long sweaters.
Yeah, she likes to be cozy, and so I know that, like, I know that I have to, like, finish this ball of yarn before it's gonna be, like, good sized for her.
Posing me.
She needs to be
Well, I really
cozy.
just threw all the thorn blades
In fairness,
instead of
her husband did move her out to the barren wastes of insert state here.
You already said the state earlier
I'm
today.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Girl.
The barren wastes of Minnesota. And said, "We're just staying for grad school, my love.
Wait, seriously?
Someday we will leave the state."
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
I am too. But
There you go.
and honestly, I don't think Mom really minds. I think she just thinks it's funny at this point.
Yeah, fair.
Like,
Yeah, she likes it.
she likes it here. It's just in her mind, it's funnier if she's like,
Yes.
I was led.
If it's all my fault, especially
it's
the weather.
all Dad's fault, especially the weather.
Vibe.
And keeping in mind that she's from Michigan,
Right.
right?
So
Where,
it's not like she,
okay, it's modestly warmer there, but it's not like she's from warm.
In fairness,
Yeah.
you did bring her here in like the coldest winter in like 50 years,
Yeah. Oh,
which
me.
probably
was
did
very
color
cold that
her
year.
associations a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that might be
Yeah.
the same winter that my mom decided not to move back to Minnesota.
That is very justifiable
Yeah.
of your mother, actually.
Because she went to school in California. And like her junior year or senior year of college, something like that. But partway through college, she came home for the holidays, and it was just the worst winter in years. And she's, you're stuck at home because you can't go someplace, otherwise the car might not start.
Yup.
So you're just stuck indoors with all of your relatives. And she's like, maybe I'll look for jobs in California, which was smart since she was studying computer science.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a few more jobs in computer
out
science
okay.
in California, I think.
Just a couple. One or two.
Yeah, I've heard something about this place. Silly something. I don't know.
There's a valley.
Silicon?
Yeah, that sounds right.
The element
Silly
below
putty?
carbon on the periodic table.
That's it.
Such a fucking nerd.
Silver, right?
No, that's metal, dear. That's not gonna be in the non-metals.
Guess I'm aware. You don't say.
Yeah, I don't.
You do, actually.
Yeah, I do.
You just did.
This is true.
Metal, you say? Who would have thunk it?
I don't know.
See, the thing with this little mushroom I made is I don't know what to do with it. It's like Christmas ornament sized.
Yeah,
But
okay,
like,
I
Make
promise
more.
next round it's going to happen. I just need 10 fucking pips for this spell.
Vibe.
I picked badly. I'm sorry, guys.
Just like make a little mushroom design and hang them around the house.
It's true.
Put it on your bookshelf.
Knit 500 of them and hide them all over the house.
Do what Kai did and just leave them in the common room of the gaming house all year and just make more and more of them in different colors.
if I do that with any pattern, it's not going to be this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's fair. You have to be careful because dogs.
My sister did that with rubber ducks once,
No, I
where
gotta
she
be
just
careful
left
because
them.
when you're doing shit
She
with
hid them all
crochet,
in my room.
especially-
I legitimately think we moved out of that house before I found them all. I'll forgive her someday.
Sus.
Okay, no, what?
Oh, pet!
It's my duty as a sister to hold this grudge forever.
This is true. See, I don't have siblings, so...
Yes, and it...
Is Waffles gonna be my stepbrother?
Yes.
Damn it, okay.
Brother-in-law, I think.
Brother-in-law? Okay. Yeah, because if he was my stepbrother, one of your parents would have to marry one of my parents, which, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer my parents remain married to each other.
That's fair.
I
would
suppose
we.
if marrying one of your parents would make them happy, I would understand. But
Would not recommend.
That's very generous of you, Em.
Or they stay happy with the status quo.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really hoping at this point they don't get divorced.
Yeah.
I
curse your
you know-
blood 1,000 times. May your children devour you alive.
That's...
You find a purple.
That is a threat.
It nearly hums with
That is a metal-ass threat.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, we were gonna end stream there, though. So
Yeah, we were.
I am gonna leave the Discord. I'll talk to you gamers
Bye-bye.
later.
Later,
All
nerds.
right.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for coming to listen to the stream. Gonna see if any of my friends are live. None of my friends are live, so we're not going to create a new one. Hopefully I'll be live on Tuesday. If not, I'll be live on Sunday. Bye.